Hello everyone, this is PotatoLegion here. I hope you are keeping very well. In today's video, it's going to be a slightly different one. I'm going to show you a couple of games that are cut from the PTB, where I versed a couple of killers. Unfortunately, it's really hard to gauge how this will affect on live servers because I probably wouldn't get these types of killers on the PTB because MMR doesn't exist. On the PTB, you're just placed with whoever you can get because there's no one really playing. Therefore, MMR can't exist. So it's really hard to gauge on how this will feel on the live servers because at my MMR, I mostly go against killers that run meta. And if killers are going to bring nothing but anti-heal and prevent us from healing altogether, then it's hard to gauge how this build in particular would counter it. What this video is, though, is me going into more depth about what I think and what my final thoughts are, because in the previous video I'm just showcasing what's going on. I haven't really had a chance to think about things. One of my biggest concerns though is the healing in general and their change to dead hard. When you think about dead hard, and I'll mention it again in the video, sorry if I sound like I'm going back and forth. Basically, how the activation of this perk works is you need to save a survivor. Now, if the killer is going towards the hook and they see that a teammate is saving somebody, in terms of practicality, it makes sense for the killer to go after the person who was just saved rather than the person that is saving, because if they're healthy, that means the killer's potentially got to hit them 3 times to down them. Whereas if they go after the person that was just saved, they've only got to hit them twice. And this is because Dead Hard activates now when you save somebody. So the killer's mindset might be thinking, oh, the person who's just saved now could have Dead Hard. They're going to be a harder down. It's going to make more sense for me to go after the person that was just saved because it's only going to take me 2 hits to down them. So I think that's an issue. I think Dead Hard got nerfed way too hard. I think there needs to be a different sort of activation for it. It shouldn't be saving somebody. It should be something else. But we go into that in more depth. What I want to know as well is what all of you think, because my opinions aren't correct by any means. If I say something and you disagree, it doesn't mean either of us are right. It's really hard to come up with balance changes for this game when there's literally thousands of survivors now and hundreds of perks in the game. And there's such a different, huge skill ceiling for new players versus veterans. It's really hard to balance the game with all of these different things in mind. But we can try our best to give feedback to behavior constructively on what we think the best sort of solutions are, which I discuss again in the video. So I want you guys to see the games firsthand, see what you think about the healing throughout the trial, focus more on how long it takes me to heal, etc., and how fast the gens are going. And then I want you to think about what I've said at the end and then give your thoughts as well. Never done a sort of video before where we're just talking a lot, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I feel like my content's going to go towards more patch note information, talking more about the game and balancing, and just showcasing builds and talking a bit more, rather than just always gameplay, because I feel like it's nice to talk to you all and hear back what you guys have to say. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this video. There will be a normal one on Sunday, and I'll be showcasing Resident Evil next week as well. Anyway, rambling on for too long. Enjoy the video. Take care. Peace out. I have brought things to counter this, but I feel like the issue is you shouldn't be forced to have to bring perks just to have an enjoyable game. Like, if I don't bring any healing plus perks, you're just going to be injured the entire game. And to me, that's really bad. What the hell? Right, I'm going to play this as a normal round, obviously. I wonder what we're going against. Is that an Ormeo? Oh my god, it is. Not sure why she took the scenic route around, but slow. I mean, I don't know if she's got bamboozle, but what I'm going to do is bolt this window instead. Remember, she's just an M1, so... Oh. She has to be manifest. Oh, fucking hell. She went invisible for a solid, like, fucking 10 years. Am I going crazy, or did she recover super fast? That recovery speed is so pain. Zombie Butcher, very common. That was poor gameplay by me. I cannot believe during that loop she went completely invisible for a second. At least, I mean, it's some decent anti-loop, I guess. Oh. I'm gonna take a hit. Last thing I want is him taking a hit, you know what I mean? Right, I'm actually gonna run off on heal. Fuck's sake. I think it's gonna be pretty decent this update. Oh, fuck's sake! Where are you coming from, lady? Dude, am I going batshit crazy, or is she like invisible for like 5 years? You see that? No, I don't think it's lag. I think it's just maybe an add-on. We'll see our add-ons next game, but my god, that is some scary shit. Fuck. Because I've got the additional charges, it allows me to make more mistakes, but I should only get 1 heal, right? With all the diadex, I'm better off healing other teammates. So ideally, it makes sense if I go for the save here. And we're not doing bad. We've got 2 gens done. We've only 1 hook, so not like much has changed. Oh fucking hell! I mean, I need to play a little bit of a survivor before I completely, you know, give my verdict. If I'm winning most of my games, then obviously the healing isn't an issue. Remember, you gotta remember as well, in the PTB, there's no such thing as MMR. You just play against whoever. Oh, tap was saved. Right. So like, I could be playing against a brand new killer, and it's hard for me to get a final verdict. Whereas if this Ormio was the same MMR as me, she might be stomping us right now. We just don't know. I mean, she does very good with her phasing. It completely throws me off. I've got sprint burst too, so we can hopefully run away from her. I don't actually want to loop that tile because of her ability. There's a TV here somewhere, I just don't know where. Oh fucking, oh, okay, it's there then. Even with add-ons, I can't get 2 heals. I need to be healed by someone else now. Like, it's an Ormio, that's actually scary. I thought he'd heal me with it because it'd be slightly faster. I think the good tip is to give your teammate your medkit so that have them heal you, because it'd just be faster. Fuck me, I just got healthy, bro. See, look, she's invisible. You see that? The fuck? Is that normal for her to just completely disappear for that long? Dude, that's actually nutty. I've never seen an Ormio phase like that much. That is some difficult healing, difficult phasing to deal with, actually. So I've got no stacks of all didact yet, because I haven't had the need to heal anybody yet. Oh, Slay. Maybe it just takes some getting used to. I don't know. Again, it's so hard to judge until live. I need to be placed against killers my level. There'll be killers out there that absolutely abuse this. I'm in a bit of a fucking pickle here now, aren't I? She's gonna block that door. No, she was ballsy and went for it. Cut me off in the building. I can't see her. I'm trying to not be exhausted so I can sprint burst. I can't heal myself. She's coming for me, I'm pretty sure. Not from that angle though. Get him, Slay. Tally escaped title. Nice. I love a tally escape title. That's S tier. Well, thank you so... Yo, Vivi, you're so close to 2 years. Thank you so much. What, is it the add-on? It is, yeah. Damn, that add-on is actually nasty, man. Double! Oh my god. Those add-ons are gross. You go invisible. What do you want? So we had Lethal Pursuer, I'm All Ears, Sloppy Butcher, and Nurses. Okay. It's interesting because this will encourage people not to heal, so you might not get as much use out of Nurses. Both invisibility add-ons. That was gross. So I wasn't going crazy. Nice first round, okay. Okay, I'm gonna give my final verdicts on the update so far, okay? If we're talking top tier, high god MMR survivor, right? I don't think the medkit problem is too crazy massive, okay? I think there's plenty of things survivors can bring to counter the anti-heal meta. Honestly, autodidact is going to come very common. Will make it works for healing teammates. And if you bring a ranger medkit and these two add-ons, as long as you don't miss any skill checks, you could get 2 heals out of it. I think the issue with this update is the base kit healing. I think 24 seconds to heal yourself and a teammate is brutal. And then if there's sloppy, that's a minute healing for you and your teammate without a medkit, which is pretty damn bad. Killers like Legion are literally laughing this update, and I'm a Legion main, and the thing is, right, I'm not the type of killer to be like, this benefits my main massively. I love it. I still think about the survivor POV. No one wants to spend 5 years healing their teammate. You honestly don't. You all hate mending against a Legion. It's basically the same thing. And I think a lot of high MMR survivors will be running adrenaline now to basically give them a free health state. I don't think inner healing will be used too much because Pentimento is in the game. I think will make it will be very common. Sprint burst life will be very common. I think autodidact is going to be around. Prove thyself, brand new parts. People are going to want to just gen rush and leave. They probably will stay injured if you bring some sort of anti-heal. They're close to getting it right. I think medkit nerfs were correct, but I think they went too harsh. I think they just need to slightly dial it down a bit, just a little bit, and we're fine. I've not noticed any issues with killer slowdown. I think Call of Brian Overcharge was boring to go against. It's still in the game. Free gen kick meta is still in the game. It's just weaker now. I haven't actually gone against it yet. So yeah, overall, I think the update is fine, minus base kit healing. Let's just make it slightly faster, even by a few seconds. Another thing as well, which is kind of hard to talk about, is, you know, I don't know how this is going to pan out 100%. Because I haven't gone against a top tier high MMR killer yet bringing meta. I haven't gone against a killer that's bringing meta. We just had a blinding pig. That was a cool build. Don't know if they won because somebody gave up. I don't know. We've had a couple Onryos bringing Sloppy Butcher. Not really bringing full term meta. So until this goes live, I'm not 100% sure. But I think they'll tweak it. I think everything else, though, quality life changes are fine. I think the boon nerf was fine. Pain res will be one of those perks that everyone runs with Deadmans. Getting 4 gen blocks in a trial with Pain Res Deadmans is actually massive still. That's still huge. So I think people will still tie in Pain Res and Deadmans. I don't think that's gone anywhere, but at least Survivors have only got to deal with that 4 times. So you can't really be mad at a killer for bringing Pain Res Deadmans anymore, because it's only going to happen 4 times. But that's still massive. That's 2 minutes of a gen. You got to remember, bear in mind, most games last like 7 to 9 minutes. So if you're blocking a gen for 2 minutes, it's pretty good. But Pain Res on its own is basically dead. Survivors will just get rid of it quickly. They got to make sure they don't release this game with all the bugs. Pyramid Head bug, Legion bug. Remember, self-care is 35% of what healing is. So if they make healing longer, then it's going to be 35% of that. So if it takes 24 seconds to heal, it's 35% of that. So it takes longer. Self-care is basically slightly longer to heal yourself than it is to be healed. Basically, you could heal yourself and a teammate faster than you could self-care by about 20 seconds. If you don't bring any healing and the killer brings anti-heal, you're not healing in the trial. And that's your own fault for not bringing any healing. But you got to remember, there's 3 other survivors. Like, all it takes is 1 survivor to bring a good healing perk. Like, Autodidact will make it. And your healing for the team is fine. Just bear that in mind. I don't think it's going to be as bad as everyone makes out. I've had no issues as a killer with 16-second heals. The issue as killer is the stupidly fast medkit heals with like 20 charges. That was a joke, and I'm so glad they finally fixed that. No one can tell me 8-second heals with like 12 times in a trial is balanced. It's not. So that's been changed. Great. The pickup speeds sometimes could be ridiculous with David's perk, Wiggle Live Forever. You can't slug for even like a second as like a twins player. It's just impossible. So glad that got changed. So what am I saying overall? I'm saying, okay, let's go through this entire update from top to bottom. Base kit healing, I don't agree with. I think it needs to be tweaked. Self recovery from the floor, I think takes too long. Needs to be tweaked. I think the pickup time to pick up another survivor again is too long, because it ties in with so many slowdown. Mangled works with it, Pensamento. It's too much. I think that needs to be tweaked. So just 24 seconds to pick someone up off the floor, or it takes them 30 seconds to self-recover. That's fine. Right now it's too brutal. You could just leave people slugged for ages. Slugging meta will be common on a lot of killers. Billy's engraving add-ons were a joke. They need to be reverted. Don't know why they nerfed Billy's engraving add-ons. If they're going to go to any killer's add-ons, they need to go to Blights next. And Spirits. Those 2 killers need their add-ons looked at. I think medkits, they were a bit brutal. I think, for example, like the Ranger medkit, make it so maybe it has 48 charges and then reduce the charges per rarity so that you can heal yourself twice with this. The issue would be that, but keep it at 24-second heals. That's fine, but just maybe make the charges a bit better. I think they've just overkilled it. Like 1 use per rarity. Like there is no point of you bringing a Ranger medkit. There is no point. You might as well just bring a weaker one, because the charges are the same. Like you could bring the brown one with these 2 add-ons and heal yourself twice. It makes no difference. The only difference is how fast you heal a teammate, which if you're running off with a medkit, you're probably not by a teammate. That's why you've brought a medkit, so you could be self-dependent. I think self-healing should maybe be 20 seconds, not 24. It was 16. Let's make it 20. Give it an in between the middle. See how that plays out. I can't think. Oh, Pain Res, I think was overkill, but with Deadman's combo, I think it's fine. There are a lot of perks that only work when you synergize them together. So Pain Res Deadman's will probably still be a thing. But I think 4 tokens is a bit brutal. Maybe give the killer a way to earn tokens somehow so that it can be used on its own. Call it Brian, fine. Good nerf. Keep it that way, please. Overcharge, again, good nerf. Keep it that way. I think Gearhead is a nice change. Dead Hard is only good at high MMR. Okay? Low MMR is dog water. Currently, it's dog. Like, most people don't fall for Dead Hard. But high MMR, people have gotten so good at using it. Like, you're like, are they fucking cheating? Like, damn, they're good. And yeah, it's annoying to go against, but the fact that you need a hook save to pull it off is brutal. That means you can barely use it throughout the trial. You got to remember, you're competing with 3 other people in the trial to try and get that hook save, right? If everyone keeps going in for saves just so they can use Dead Hard, no one's on gens. It's a really bad condition. No, you can't balance skill. No, trying to make the game good for high MMR and low MMR is never going to happen. Never gonna happen. Why do you think Nurse's kill rates are so low? Because most people that play this game are new. So, and when they play Nurse, they're bad with her, therefore they don't get any kills. Whereas a high MMR, she's the most BS killer to go against. Yeah, and of course, yes, so Dead Hard does, in a sense, encourage tunneling, because if the person that goes in for the save has Dead Hard, that means you've potentially got to hit them 3 times to deal with them. Whereas if you go after the person that was off hook, they don't have Dead Hard, and you can just hit them twice. So technically, it's actually safer now to hit the person who was just saved, rather than going for the person that saved, because they could have 3 health states, whereas the person that just got off hook only has 2. You shouldn't have to run auto-dieback just to stand a chance against a killer. That's good. So high MMR killer is going to be unbearable for solo queue. It is. If this goes live as it is, it's going to be unbearable. I'm telling you, Legion will be dominating. Dude, no one's going to want to go against a Legion now. No one even does want to go against a Legion. But if a solo queue team versus my Legion, I promise you, they're not healing. And if they do, they're throwing. It's one of those things, isn't it? I can see so many positives and negatives to this. I think it's just going to take some getting used to. I think they just need to tweak the healing a little bit, and I think it's fine. I think the issue with this update as well, as I said this yesterday as well, is as a survivor player, a survivor main, what is the most fun thing you like to do? It's not doing gens, is it? It's being chased, right? And the only time you want to be chased as a survivor is when you're healthy, okay? Otherwise, I just bring no mither all the time. I like to be healthy against a killer so I can give them a good loop. The fact that I'm basically forced to stay injured if I don't bring any healing perks means that, you know, killer's gonna one-tap me from a distance out of surprise, and I'm not gonna have that chase. Comp and casual gameplay. Imagine how bad this game would be with comp and quick play. Imagine. It'd be the most toxic shit you've ever played. Because if you go into a comp mode, right, and the killer's like tunneling or face camping, blah blah blah, you can't say boo because it's now officially a comp mode. And if the survivors bring brand new parts and gen rush, you can't say shit because it's also comp. You can't do anything. Whereas in quick play, people will just DC, throw, they won't care because it's quick play. So yeah, it won't work. I'm telling you, if they bring comp and quick play, it will kill DBD. It will kill it. The casual player, which is probably like 50% of the player base, will not want to play anymore. But I don't think this update will kill it. I think they need to tweak the healing a little bit, and they're on the right path. I think medkits did need a nerf though. So the rules of Legion haven't changed. You'll probably still beat a Legion, but you're just not supposed to heal. If you heal, you're throwing. And that's how it is now. Like, I've had so many people not heal against my Legion and just do gens and leave, and I can't do anything because Legion's an M1 killer. So, you know, Legion's still weak AF. If you want to heal, then that's your problem. You shouldn't be, you know, you should learn how to counter a Legion. It's like going against a plague. Not every killer in this game requires you to be healthy, right? Legion, you should not heal. Like, Legion is a killer where you can stay injured and win, okay? Because they're M1, right? Ghostface, you probably want to heal. Twins, if you don't heal against the twins, I'm not joking, you're throwing. You need to be healthy against twins. You cannot be an easy target for Victor. If she's slugging you with Victor, you're just gonna hurt yourself. You need to be healthy against her. I'd even argue like going against the spirit injured is fucking pain. Nurse, Wraith, arguably Huntress. There's so many killers in this game where being injured is an L for you. You have to be healthy to stand a chance, and that's where the issues start to sort of come out. But Legion, no. Out of all the slowdown that has ever been in the game, there has been some sort of condition to activate it, right? If we're going to talking back to the OG slowdown, Ruin. The condition to activate Ruin was having a Hex on the field. Survivors could counter that, okay? It bought you time. It worked very well. Even current Ruin is the same, okay? You get slowdown, but they can get rid of it, right? This update just forced gen kicking meta where you can be rewarded with huge slowdown for no conditions. You don't even have to chase survivors. You can just constantly kick gens. That's an issue. There's nothing the survivors can do. It's just a long stalemate until eventually they give up or you stop kicking gens. There's nothing they can do. The aggression's too fast. So it needed to be changed. It's just, most killers can hold a free gen forever. Skull Merchant is absolutely disgusting. Knight, Nemesis is actually really good at free jetting. People sleep on Nemesis, but he's so good at free jetting. Like, even with Pain Risk Scourge Hook, at least you have to hook a survivor, and the survivors know it's coming and they can deal with it. Whereas now there's no real counter to just constantly kicking gens. It's bad. And it's boring. It's boring to go against. I've played against free jetting killers as survivor, and I've wanted to just DC because the game's going on for like 30 plus minutes. It's just boring. And I don't think it actually rewards good killer gameplay either. I think a lot of people aren't going to enjoy the healing speeds because it's going to be boring. You're going to be spending most of the game healing. As I said, a lot of people don't want to be injured. They want to be healthy so they can have a good chase. And they're going to heal. So many survivors heal when you shouldn't. Not everyone plays this game with the mindset of they want to win. They play with the mindset that they want to have fun. And the way to have fun is to be healthy and get in a good chase. The last thing I haven't mentioned is the burning. The burning. You can no longer burn any killers. You can't burn a spirit. You can't burn a rave. You can't burn nurse. Yeah, that was low-key stupid. I don't know why they removed it. I know it's not in common with most other killers. But like, you could have added another killer that is affected by it. I just don't like the fact that it was removed, because it was fun, like burning a spirit out of phase. It was fun burning a rave. It was just fun. I don't think it was detrimental to the gameplay. I think it was probably the worst for rave. Hag, yeah, no, I think the hag change is fine. Yes. They didn't need to touch every burn killer though. Yeah, maybe make it so the burn didn't last as long in Wraith. Yeah, I don't think they needed to remove it. It's just a fun mechanic that's in the game. Like, as a Wraith player, I was rarely bothered by it. It's like Spirit and Nurse. Like, flashlights barely bothered them, whereas they didn't need to remove it. I don't know. I wish flashlights worked in his like ability during Nightfall. Like, if you used a flashlight, it'd remove the Nightfall for a little bit in a certain area. That'd be pretty cool. Wesker, Wesker has to wipe his sunglasses whenever you blind him. Something like that. I don't know. The guy's literally wearing sunglasses and he's getting blinded by a flashlight. That to me is just hilarious.
私の名は吉良義景、年齢33歳。自宅は森王町北東部の別荘地帯にあり、結婚はしていない。